What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Second Avenue Podcast. I'm your host, Jonathon.
I'm your other host, Elijah Venencia. Welcome back, everyone. Very early week here. Jonathon, beforehand, he said he had a funny story, so I'll let him kick that right off.
Man, I might be smiling right now, but inside I am down horrendous. So I was hanging out with my boy, Big Mitch. We went to get dinner. We haven't got dinner. We were, putting in a little work, making his Twitch emotes, watching a little Rhythm and Flow. Funny enough, I've never watched all of Rhythm and Flow. Shout out to my boy BDX the Don, though he was on there. But yeah, so we were watching some of that. It was the final episode actually, so I already knew who won, but whatever. Anyway, it was about 9:00 and we hadn't eaten dinner yet, so we're like, oh, we should probably get something to eat. Let's go get some food, right? So we're going all these different places. I feel like we always end up going somewhere just super random. Like one time we went to Hardee's because we thought it'd be kind of funny, and like we wouldn't pick it normally. So anyway, whatever. We're kind of in that same bag today, and we're like, all right, let's go to Wendy's because we saw a commercial for the strawberry frosty. We're like, okay, that's like super random. Like I would not go there often. Whatever. We go to Wendy's. Nobody's in the drive-through, so we're just like, they just had to be closed, whatever. So we go to the door, it's locked, whatever. We leave. We're driving around. I'm like, what if we go to KFC, get the Jack Harlow meal? So we go to KFC. He just says, like, can I have a minute? And then he waits like 5 minutes. Like they're like, do you need help with anything? Like any questions about the menu? And he's just like, how much are chicken littles? Anyway, so whatever. He's like, I'll just take a Jack Harlow meal. And I was like, I'll do the same thing. So Jack Harlow meal, for those of you who don't know, spicy chicken sandwich, mac and cheese, fries, ranch, and lemonade. Cool. We get through the drive-through. We're driving back. He takes a sip of his drink. He just looks at me, and it's like these TikToks. I don't know if you've seen them, but have you ever seen like random kids and they'll go up to people and be like, wake up, get out, wake up, wake up. Like, have you seen that? And they make it think like they're in a simulation or whatever. He just goes, Jonathon. And he just like stares at me, and I was like, what the hell is he doing? And then he goes, he's like, they either put water in these cups or it tastes like it's the worst lemonade ever. And I'm just like, okay, that is not where I thought that was going. So apparently they gave us water. Then they gave us no ranch, which I don't want ranch, so I was fine with that, but he wanted ranch, whatever. But to top it all off, I take a bite of my sandwich, and then I open it up, and it's two little pieces instead of one like chicken breast. I'm like, oh, that's weird, like whatever. Take another bite. I bit into a fucking bone. They put like a chicken wing in it.
Jeez.
I'm about to sue the Yum Corporation for everything they're worth because they fucked up every part of that meal, and I was pissed. But other than that, it was pretty good.
There's just not any good chicken spots, like you can't go to like a corporate wide chicken spot. Like Popeyes is like, don't even get me fucking started on how fucking garbage Popeyes is. Like
I like Popeyes.
That is the worst customer service I've ever had. It's good food. Don't get me wrong.
Customer service is awful.
We have some stories for the Danville Popeyes, but we'll save those for another day.
The Danville Popeyes is crazy, but in the Bloomington one, even I went one time and it was during the coin shortage, and he's like, the guy, they were out of whatever I ordered, and I ordered on the app, so I already paid for it. I was like, oh, that sucks. Like, I don't know what happens. That was the first time that ever happened. So I was like, okay, I just like talked to customer support, whatever. They took it off. Anyway, so I go to the window, and he's just chewing his food. He's eating food. And I'm like, what the hell is happening? And then I ordered like fries or whatever at the side. He's like, hey man, we don't got fries. Like, can we get you something else? And I'm like, he's like, we can make you fresh fries. And I'm like, no, whatever. Just give me what you got, whatever. And then I give him my money. He's like, we can't give you change, bro. And I'm like, just fine. Just get me out of here.
My lab, like I won't go to Popeyes because every time I go, it gives me like 3 months of like, I fucking can't stand the people that work there. So the last time I went, and this is just so funny to me, they're like, we only have Coke or Dr. Pepper. I drink Dr. Pepper usually. So I was like, okay, that's what's up. I'll take a Dr. Pepper. These motherfuckers give me a Coke. And I'm like, obviously you don't test your fucking drink in the drive-thru or anything.
No, so especially if it's brown. Like if it was like clear, you'd be like, oh,
yeah,
but not.
On my 30-minute lunch at work, I'm just fucking fuming in the back, and that's probably been a couple months. So Popeye's got a month to get their shit right before we head back.
That's tough. I do love all these spots though, but yeah, they do lack in the customer service department sometimes.
Enough of the food talk though. We have our first shadow ban on Instagram, we believe. we posted some clips with some music in it, and they all got, or a lot of them got flagged, and then some of them got taken down. So yeah, if you guys could go give us a like on Instagram, like if you have to go to our page actually, or just go view our story, even that would help a lot, because the views and the likes are awful right now. So
yeah, like I posted that and it was taking forever to go, and I was like, damn, they're gonna catch us. Like, because a couple like months ago at this point, we posted the spring playlist or whatever the songs for summer, and I posted some clips in that one too, and then we got the notification then that like, hey, you know, whatever label owns this music, like it's been like a little bit blocked. I was like, okay, whatever, but it seemed to do fine. I was like, okay, whatever. So we did it again this time. We put a couple songs up, and then immediately we got like 6 notifications each that we were just down horrendous. And then at one point, like it was like 45 minutes in, it had 2 likes. It was us, and I was like, damn. So I was
Instagram
like,
ate our posts.
I was like, we're not huge, but like we get more than 2 likes in the first while on a post. So that was pretty crazy. I think it kind of even went onto the XXL Freshman list, but there was a lot of work put into that June rotation playlist. And if you want to know what we're listening to, go check it out. So go to Second Avenue Pod on Instagram always, you know.
And Jonathon has he has a makeup for his top 4 basketball, for his basketball Mount Rushmore. He forgot someone. So
I did forget somebody. I also want to go back because Mitchell clarified that he did want us to do basketball Mount Rushmore based on favorite and influence, which we didn't really do, but whatever. Sorry, Mitch, maybe we'll do it again some other time on just influence or something. But originally I said that my Mount Rushmore would probably be Kobe, Kevin Garnett, James Harden, and Rip Hamilton. Rip Hamilton, I think, was like a last minute just decision because I was kind of struggling because there's so many people that could fight for that last spot. This person I didn't even give an honorable mention to. I think they belong in that 4th spot. That's Carmelo Anthony. Shout out to Melo, one of the best killers in the league. You know, he's mid-range ISO
right there.
He's a bucket. Yeah, so how to give Melo some respect. I feel like he doesn't get it much these days. So
that's just an OG bucket too. You know, back in those Denver days, that's one of the jerseys I need, is one of those baby blue Denver jerseys.
Those are hard. I like the dark blue ones too, because, you know, for those of you who don't know, I wear number 15 when I play basketball, and, you know, that was the OG Melo number. So I gotta show some respect.
Facts. A lot of memories from those Denver days, even right at the beginning of New York, even Melo was crazy. So definitely one of the best of our generation.
Definitely. But for those of you who do not follow us on Instagram, we're doing Aux Battle number 3 this week. We posted on Instagram. Elijah kind of teased it with our text messages. We got the 7 categories. Shout out to producer Dev for giving us that 7th category. We came up with 3 each, and then he came up with the 7th one. But let's get started here. We'll go over the categories, then we'll go over our picks. The first category, a song with a city in the title. Then we got a song with food in the title. Then a song by a 2022 XXL Freshman. A song from the year you were born. A song with a numerical title. A song by a Lil. And a song you play at a 4th of July cookout. One thing I do want to clarify quick. You did song with a numerical title. Did you mean straight numbers, or did it just have to have numbers in it?
I went straight numbers on
Okay,
mine,
I did too. So, okay, yeah. I did too. Okay, just making sure. All right. I'm excited for this. You know, you got me in the first one. I got you in the second one, but the second one was very close. You easily could have won, but I ended up taking it. I think the first one, you know, was a little bit of a fluke. Like, I didn't bring my A game. So I think no matter what, they're always going to be close. Like, you might get me, but it's going to be close.
Definitely. You know, I need it back. I got to get it back in blood for sure. So
yeah,
let's get into it. Let's start off with our first category, song with a city in the title. What was your pick here?
You know, I'm going to be honest here. I know what your song is because we do send our songs to Devin to make sure there's no repeats. And he did say you cannot use that one. You have to use a second one because I had a second one.
This is my second pick as well. So
okay. But the song I ended up going with was, as our boys from Hive Mind would say, Fellas in Paris, Kanye, Jay-Z.
That's beating mine. I almost went No More Parties in LA. That was
that was hot.
Fellas in Paris, though, that is I was thinking US cities. That's gonna clear, of course. I think my song, though, a classic Drake track here, went 5 a.m. in Toronto.
Yeah. I mean, that's one of my favorite Drake songs, if not my favorite Drake song. Initially, that was what I went with. Like I said, I told Devin, hey, I'm going with this. And my second one I had was Memphis by AG Club, but that was just like one I thought of off the top of my head. And then I started thinking about it. He's like, you can't use that one. I was like, oh, damn, I need a heavy hitter, which is kind of unfair that I knew what you're going to go with, but like I was thinking about it. So it was like on my short list. And then I was like, okay, I got to bring in the big dogs.
Yeah, that one made clear. For you do the little clips for the videos, so maybe I can get like the correct part of the Drake verse where he's just snapping. So
Yeah, you got to tell me what you want, and we'll make sure it's as close as it can be.
We'll see. We'll plot on this, but
I mean, that's one of the best Drake songs. Like, it should not be a clear wipe, but it could be just because
I think it's gonna be just based off the
popularity.
Audience. Yeah, off the popularity. But
yeah, I think there's some here. We'll get into it, but there's one that I was like, I'm fine if I take the L on this one. I'm going with like my gut. We'll get into that though. Next category, we have a song with a food in the title. What was your pick for this category?
For this one, I went with Peach by Kevin Abstract featuring Dominic Fike, obviously. Just not really that rap vibe, I guess, but it's just a banger track for me. Me and my boy BG, Brennan Granado, shout out him. We just talked about this a couple weeks ago, actually. So
that's a fire track. I love that project from Kevin. Hopefully we get something from him soon. Side note, I saw that Kevin Abstract commented on Maddie Healy from 1975's Instagram post asking if he could join their band. And then he quoted on Twitter and said, "I'm actually serious." That would be pretty funny if Kevin Abstract joined the 1975. That'd be off the wall. But shout out to Kevin Abstract. That project's great. For this category, I initially was thinking some MF Doom. He's got food. Every song has a food reference in the title. That was the initial thought. And I was like, is that what I'm going to play in the aux? I don't think so. It's what I would listen to in my headphones. So it's not what I'm playing the aux. There's headphone music and there's aux music. So I had to go with something a little bit more aux friendly. Had to go with Mac Miller, Kool-Aid and Frozen Pizza.
Ooh, that's another tough one there. You're starting out hot. I'm not feeling too confident so far. Just like based off the way people vote.
I do know our audience. Like this is, I like to think about who I'm playing the music for when I'm on the aux. And when we're doing these games, I think about our following and our listeners. And that's who I'm playing the music for. So I'm not necessarily, I'm not trying to finesse, but I know our audience.
These are great picks. I had the same opportunity as well to pick these tracks. So
I like your songs though. You're picking great songs as well. So let's move into the next category though. What did you have for a song by 2022 XXL Freshman?
For this one, I went with Minute Bowl by Baby Tron. I feel like we gave him a lot of love last week whenever we were bringing up some of the XXL Freshmen, and I went over what is his fucking, I think it's, what is it, Megatron is his album that he came out with. Detroit is inspired, of course, there, and just a banger track of just wild bars, crazy track.
Yeah, I've definitely been getting more into Babytron. Like I had always heard a couple songs here and there. Like I was like Jesus Shuttlesworth, and then Prince of the Mitten, and then the Lyrical Limited one, a couple others I had heard beforehand, but this past week I've been going even deeper. And the Half-Blood Prince, Harry Potter reference, samples a Harry Potter song, and then even like sample some vocals later on. Crazy. Got some references in the song. It's just a banger. That's not what I picked though. You got the Babytron pick. I also thought you'd go here with like some Cochise or something like that. But I went with The Sun by Casey. This is one where I thought you were going to clear me. I thought you were going to go with the, definitely crowd favorite one. But then this is one where I really went with what I would listen to the most. And the only person that I really listen to often in this freshman list is Casey, besides Babytron. But that's more of a new thing. I've been on Casey for a minute, at least. And this song came out earlier this year. It's been in the rotation for a long time since it dropped. So yeah, I want The Sun.
I like both our picks there. I'm very interested to see how those play out there. Moving on though, song from the year you were born. I think I know where you're gonna pick off, but I'll let you do your.
I don't think you would guess what I'm gonna pick off of. For this one, I think everybody that listens to us would think I'd go Outcast. Is that what you were thinking?
That was my assumption.
Yeah, I ended up going with Doo-Wop, That Thing by Lauryn Hill. I love this Lauryn Hill album. So fucking good. This song is amazing. It was tough. I kind of narrowed it down to Lauryn Hill, but like that's like the summer vibe, spring vibe. I feel like Outcast I love. That's a year round. That's every day. this is just like what I was feeling right now. Like I have a playlist about spring vibes is what it's called that came out like I think it's super cliche to have vibes in the title, but I have that in many of my playlists. That one was made years ago though, but it's in my spring vibes playlist and it was in rotation that year so heavy, just windows down, jam into that song. And then so it was one I thought of. I just looked up like 1998 albums and then I was like, gotta go with Lauryn Hill.
2001 was a weaker year, you know, that was right before the Eminem show or right after the Slim Shady LP. You know, you missed some albums like Stankonia by Outkast. So I didn't even go with the rap track here. I went with something, you know, someone we haven't talked about too much on the podcast. I went with How You Remind Me by Nickelback.
Ooh,
I think
that's one that could go either way, I think.
Yeah, that is a very bold pick. And I have another bold pick as well on this one. So, but yeah, I'm interested to see how it goes. But How You Remind Me is a banger. I feel like it should be universally known as a banger.
Nickelback, I feel like they are overhated and over memed at this point. Like their music isn't that bad. Like it's not like the worst thing I've ever heard. It is a little bit corny, a little bit whatever, but it does hit every now and then. Like Photograph is kind of funny, like, but it's also like an okay song.
I feel like if we're doing this list in like 2016, 2017, this pick would get flamed. But you know,
I know. I think
we're in 2022 now. I think the Nickelback hates, you know, it's on the decline. So
yeah, I think we're definitely past that. Now they just like to hate the popular artists and like you know, Drake and whatever. They're past the memes. Anyway, the next category we have is a song with a numerical title. You know, this is a good category. I like this pick by you. What do you got though for your pick?
For this one, my guess is you rearrange these numbers around, and that's the song you picked. For this one, I went with 3500 by Travis Scott.
That's a great song. That is not where I went though. That is almost where I went.
Yeah, I was also considering 3005 by Childish Gambino, but
yeah, 3500 is a great song.
It's a fucking banger.
It's so good. It's so like it is kind of long, but they just kill it the whole song. Great song. But yeah, I was thinking about going with 3005 by Childish Gambino. That's a hit. But I ended up going with 90210 by Travis. I'm also on the Travis pick here.
Both on rodeo there.
Yeah. So this
I'm interested to see how that one will pull out. Yeah.
I definitely think, you know, 3500 is definitely more of a banger. It's harder hitting, but 90210 is just so smooth. You got the transition. It's just a great track.
Yeah, if I was doing a smooth track there, you know, we have 3005 by Childish Gambino. I was also considering 2009 by Mac Miller. So
that's where I thought you were going to go. That's where I thought you were going to go. There were actually way more songs with just numbers in the title than I realized. Like I was like, damn, it's going to be kind of hard. But then I was looking through it and
I did
almost a pretty good amount.
Yeah, I did almost go with A Tale of Two Cities. That was another pick that I was considering, but you know, it's not really completely numerical. So
definitely great song though. Our next category, we have a song by a Lil rapper. So a rapper with Lil in their name. Where'd you go with this one?
For this one, I kind of want to throw a curveball. You know, I've mentioned the Lil Peeps, we've mentioned Lil Wayne's, we've done episodes about Lil Wayne, artists like that. I went with the Lil Skies track here. I went with Nowadays. That song was everywhere when I was in high school. A banger track, definitely just something you can cruise to, not really get too hyped to it, but definitely a fire track.
I love that song. I was big on the Lil Skies train early because Landon Cube featured that song, is friends with Cam from Cuff Boys, if you're familiar with their YouTube channel. I've been watching them since like 2016, and they became friends with Lil Skies and they put that song out, and they kind of were, you know, teasing at it for a minute. And so when Red Roses dropped, I was in. And then Nowadays hit just as hard. As a great follow-up for the collabs between those two. But Red Roses, that's the one I love. Red Roses. That I just was playing that so much the summer it dropped. But I like that pick. I ended up going with 20 Minutes by Lil Uzi Vert. You know, Love is Rage 2 off the deluxe. It hits. It's a great track. It's another smooth track like a 90210. I feel like those are kind of similar type vibe. So that's maybe kind of the vibe I'm going with. I feel like it's also the kind of same vibe as like a Kool-Aid and frozen pizza earlier in my picks. Kind of smooth, kind of laid back, but great track.
Definitely. This is going to be pretty competitive now that I think about it. You know, it's like, got some competitive tracks here. So I'm interested to see how it's going to play out. Finishing it off though, A song for a 4th of July cookout. We may have to get one of these on Ox this Sunday when we're at our family's 4th of July cookout.
Mhm. Yeah, this is, an interesting category, a very timely category. Happy 4th of July to you listening the day this episode drops. It's going to drop on the 4th of July. When I was thinking of this category, I was kind of thinking of like a smooth. I feel like you want a smooth track, a crowd pleaser, of course, all the different ages. So I initially went towards like an R&B type track. That's where I was thinking, I was kind of feeling some Michael Jackson. I was just, I don't know, something like that. Everybody loves it. But then I was just thinking of like good vibe type songs you can play anywhere. And I went Good Life by Kanye. It's not Michael Jackson, but it samples PYT by Michael. So we get that love in there. But this is just such a great track, just great vibes all around. Like
that is, I went a completely different direction. I wanted to please the whole crowd. I was kind of thinking of like a track we could play, Sunday at this cookout. And, this, we were camping it was a few weekends ago, probably a month ago at this point, tossing some bags, got the camper right next to us, drinking some beers by campfire, and Born in the USA by Bruce Springsteen hit. So, I mean, I feel like you got to show love to that on the 4th of July.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the better, like, patriotic pick. I like my vibe I'm setting, but I think for patriotism, that is, that's the one. You can't get much more patriotic than that.
That one's a very bold choice too. I was thinking maybe like Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus, something, from like 2000s or something like that. But, I just went for it on that one. Just thinking about how much that song hit a couple weekends ago. So
no, I definitely think that song could wipe just because, the category is 4th of July cookout, and that screams 4th of July cookout. Mine might just scream general cookout, but that screams 4th of July cookout specifically. That could go crazy on the polls. We'll have to see what the people think, though.
Definitely. I'm very interested to see how this one plays out, of course. I'm looking for my revenge. So
we'll have to see. So if you're listening on Monday, the day this drops, the 4th of July, the polls will be live on Instagram. So make sure you go vote. Everybody who's listening, we want them to vote. We want to hit as many votes as we can, just so, we get the most accurate result possible.
Definitely. We love the interactions. They kind of pop off. They're more interacted with things every time. So,
oh, yeah.
I hope it's the same. I hope Instagram lifts this ban off us.
Yeah, I think the story's been doing okay. So I think we'll be okay. But the feed posts, they have been down horrendous. So hopefully we're doing better this week. Hopefully, weeks past and we'll be all right.
Definitely. Thank you guys for voting. Of course, if you're listening to this and you placed in your votes, good luck, Jonathan.
Good luck to you too.
I hope I can be a 2-time Aux Battle champion here.
Hey, I'm feeling the same way. So we'll see.
Moving on, though, we're recording this pretty early in the week. Wednesday. That's the earliest we ever record in the week. So we're not going to be able to review anything, but we do have a lot of music dropping this week in terms of singles. For albums, we have the Minions soundtrack. Yeats on there, Brockhampton. There's a number of different artists on the Minions soundtrack. I think I'm gonna go actually pull up the movie this weekend. So,
I've never seen any Minions movie, I don't think.
But for singles, we have a Cardi B single featuring Lil Durk and Kanye, Steve Lacy dropping, Dermot Kennedy, and then obviously Yeet, we mentioned a little bit earlier, and then Joey Badass dropping a single as well. What are you most excited for?
I don't know. Like, there's not that many singles, but they're all, pretty big in their own way. I think it's probably between the Joey Badass and the Steve Lacy singles that I'm most excited for. Steve Lacy's been killing it, ready for his album. And same thing with Joey. They're both, in album mode, really getting ready for it, as well as Cardi B. I heard she was kind of getting album mode as well. But I'm most excited for the Steve Lacy and Joey Badass singles as well as their albums. But the Lil Durk and Kanye features, like, that is very interesting.
Those are some huge Cardi features B, to have. Yeah. I'm super excited for the Joey Badass. That would be my pick. He killed it on Highs and Lows with Chance. So I'm excited for 2000. It's coming up here soon. So hopefully those samples can clear.
Yeah, he said he had a update coming. I don't think I saw the update, so I don't know if it came or not. I think it was maybe just the single was dropping. Who knows? But Joey, we need it from him ASAP.
Definitely. I think we're both looking for a classic after following up on 1999. So
Facts. Also, got to give a special shout out to the boy TSG AP, my boy Brian. He dropped 2 singles and a video on YouTube. Avant Garde, that's the name on YouTube. Go give him a follow. The World of TSG on Instagram. I mean, he's just a young goat.
hey,
He's
yeah,
putting on
I
work.
no Johnny. These dudes are everybody he shouts out from the no label academy is legit. We on our way to Chicago, we had the trip it was a few months back at this point. We listened to every one of them, and they're Second Avenue approved. I've listened to them; they're all legit. So go get a listen, please.
Please. And go give the video some love. That video is, it's a great video. He put in some work in the visuals. So
crazy visuals on that one. So
go show it some love. The next piece of news here, Calvin Harris Funk Wave Bounces Volume 2 is officially dropping on August 5th. We got that single a few weeks back. Got us pretty excited for this project. And I'm even more excited now that we've seen a list of the features that will be on this project. There's so many. We got 21 Savage, Dua Lipa, Young Thug, Stefflon Don, Chloe, Charlie Puth, Pusha T, Lil Durk, Offset, Black, Justin Timberlake, Coi Leray, Pharrell, Sway Lee, Georgia Smith, Snoop Dogg, and more. Which feature are you most excited for on this project?
I gotta go with the Pusha T one. I saw a tweet. It was like, I don't know, Calvin Harris is gonna push the album this summer with Pusha T talking about a fucking brick on the on the feature. I'm interested to see how that's gonna sound. And then for one that I think is gonna sound good just off rip is gonna be the feature with Young Thug. What are you most excited for?
I think something that's really interesting about these Calvin Harris projects are the collaborations. Like, it'll be interesting to see who pairs up with who. Because I mean, you look at the last project and we had Frank Ocean and the Migos. We had, Big Sean and Katy Perry and Pharrell. There's so many random collabs that you're not going to get many other places. So that's what I love about these Calvin Harris projects. So I'm going to be most excited for the collaborations, seeing who's put together. But the artist that I saw on this list and just got me a little bit excited was Georgia Smith. I love Georgia Smith, and I feel like she's so underrated. Got a great voice and makes some great music on her own. So I'm excited what she can do on some more, poppy type feel good beats. Like, I think she could kill it.
Definitely. There's a lot of, this is a deep feature list here, of course. The same thing with his last project with the volume 1. So very excited to see what comes of this. This could be the album of the summer. I'm still waiting on it. I haven't given any of them the stamp yet. So,
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I wish it would have dropped a little bit earlier. August 5th, we're getting a little late summer for that. Yeah. Like, I wish it would have dropped like June 1st, and we could have been running that up all summer. That would have been, potential for many anthems on that project. Looking at this track list though, so let's say you had to pick 2 or 3 artists to put on one track, not necessarily saying it has to be great sounding, but what would you pick for like the potential of a song?
So give me Pharrell producing a track with Pusha T and Justin Timberlake. I think that one could work. I'm curious to see how it would work, but I think it could.
That would be pretty wild. You look back though, you got the Pusha T feature on the TKO remix from Justin Timberlake, also with J. Cole and A$AP Rocky. That song is crazy. So I think that could be
I'd like to see that duo in the spotlight. Yeah, this could really be a hit here. What combination would you make off this?
I think there's a lot of different ways you could go here, but I kind of think like a Black and Pharrell and then like Snoop Dogg. Like, that's kind of a random group, but I think that song could go crazy. Black is another artist that's like pretty low key. Like, I feel like he should be bigger than he is because he's so talented and he puts out such great music. And then Pharrell, he's just doing crazy features, whether it's through production or through his vocals. He's going to contribute something crazy. And then Snoop Dogg, he's just an OG. He's just
Snoop Dogg
killing it. Yeah, nothing needs to be said about Snoop.
Definitely. This is definitely something to be excited for. Like you said, we wish it dropped maybe a month or 2 sooner, but still exciting nonetheless.
Facts.
Moving on though, Travis Scott posts on Instagram, been in the studio for a while, time to take it to a bigger speaker. See you soon, Lyndon. He's performing August 6th at the O2 Arena. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, it's crazy. Like, we've kind of been knowing that Travis is going to be coming out soon, but seeing that post that he's going to be performing live, and he's got the music cooked and he's ready to see what it sounds like on those bigger speakers, makes it feel like the album has to be coming out. I mean, before then or soon after. Like, he might have a couple singles he's going to premiere there, and then he'll drop the album shortly after. We'll have to see. But I'm definitely excited.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Of course, no misses in his discography. They were talking about it the other day, like the best 3 album runs. They're throwing up like the Tyler with Flower Boy, to call me if you get lost, Kanye from with the college series. So I mean, super excited. I feel like he has 3 very good albums, so I don't think we're gonna get a miss from him.
Yeah, I think Travis, I mean, he's one of the more consistent artists out. Controversy aside, he's one of the best in this generation. So definitely very excited. One thing I will say, though, this concert is going to be on a Saturday. So, there's some speculation that it could be coming out. The album could be coming out on the Friday before, which would be pretty crazy.
I don't know if we'll get a shock drop, just because I feel like he needs those sales, because you can't have these people saying Travis's album flopped, So, I mean, hopefully it's something they announce soon if it is going to be.
Yeah, we got a little time on that. But I was thinking back to the Astro World release, and he dropped it obviously on a Friday, but he was at Lollapalooza on the Thursday, and then he dropped it, and he did a little release party at Lolla. And I heard that they were just like going around finding people wearing Travis merch, and they're like, "Oh, you want to come to the release?" And that would just be so crazy. And that's just like, I don't know.
Yeah, that'd be nuts. Because I remember the last day of Rolling Loud in New York when Travis performed. I was wearing my Tom Cactus Jack sent you shirt, so that would have been nuts. Something like that had happened. Was I at Lollapalooza that year? So.
That would have been crazy. Yeah, but I just think it's kind of interesting. Like, if he would drop the album on that Friday and then do the show in London, like, I don't know. That's just so random, because it'd be a second like release party basically in a city that he's not really like tied to.
Yeah, I mean, I'm still not ruling out like a guest appearance from Travis at Rolling Loud Miami, maybe from Kanye. They're very close, have a very good relationship. So the guests they bring out usually are pretty crazy. So I'm still got my hopes of that.
I'll say you only got a couple weeks until Rolling Loud, so you'll be finding out soon who the special guests are going to be.
I'm definitely excited to get that over with, of course. So
it's going to be a good time, I'm sure. But let's move on, talk a little bit about some of the albums coming out in the coming weeks. Next week, we got Brent Faiyaz, of course. We've been talking about it for a minute, as well as Ken Carson. We're talking about Ken Carson. Both of us had him on our perfect XXL freshman list, what we thought it should have been. So I'm excited to get music from him too. Like,
definitely, we had talked about it last week a little bit, and they were showing Ken Carson love in the comments for this week.
Yeah,
a few comments we did get, they love Ken Carson. So
Ken Carson's crazy. Like, I am shocked he wasn't on that list. He definitely deserved it. But then the next week on July 15th, we're going to get Steve Lacy's album. We talked, a single did come out this past week. If you're listening on Monday, so make sure to go give it a listen, because he's putting out great music, always high quality. But this album, I mean, I'm so excited. It's been a minute since we got a project from Steve, so definitely excited for that. And then we got some news that Lil Durk says his next project will be No Auto, produced by Metro Boomin. What are you thinking about that?
I'm excited, honestly. I've been listening to Lil Durk a little bit more after his deluxe he released last week. And I think it's time to maybe give him the best trap artist in the game right now. I kind of felt like that was Lil Baby for a little bit, but he hasn't done too much since My Turn. I think we have a Lil Baby project coming, but
oh yeah,
Lil Durk's doing his thing, of course, and he's only getting bigger.
That's what I was gonna say. I think Lil Baby project will be coming, at the second half of this year, and that'll put any doubt that he is not, one of the biggest out away. He's gonna
he's still definitely the biggest out, but I feel like he had definitely cemented himself after My Turn with is the biggest trap artist in the game. So
Yeah, I just don't necessarily know who you count as a trap artist. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
but they both are definitely deserving of being in that conversation. Um, some other news: Drake. We talked about it the past couple. We talk about Drake every episode, I guess, but we talked about his new album. Honestly, never mind. We talked about the sales numbers. It went number one, of course. Drake's gonna go number one. It's something that's gonna have to go crazy for him not to go number one. But we got the second week projections. He's projected to do 80,000 and be the number 3 album in the country, in the world. And then Jimmy Cooks has gone number 1. What do you think about Jimmy Cooks going number 1?
I mean, I feel like you always, anytime Drake releases an album, he's got to have a number 1 single, or you got to get a number 1 track on there, of course. So not surprised. I feel like that one was perceived the best by the public, just because, it was more rapping Drake. So I'm excited, because he ended it on that. And then, rumors of Scary Hours 3 coming soon. So maybe he finished with that one to let us know what's coming.
Yeah, that song was one of my favorites. I mentioned that in like our little review reaction to Honestly Nevermind. The song goes crazy. It is what the people expected from a Drake project, much more so than the rest of the album. Still being a little bit different, it's got a pretty unique production, beat switch up. But you get that 21 feature. Everybody loves from 21 these days. So great song. Great to see it doing numbers.
I feel like the narrative too. I mean, especially the last few years as social media has gotten more toxic, is they say Drake can't rap, but I mean, he's got classic projects like If You're Reading This, It's Too Late out there, or even What a Time to Be Alive. Rapping Drake is, when he's rapping, he is the best there is, or one of the best there is. So,
nah, facts. Drake can do a little bit of everything. He can do whatever he wants, and for the most part, it's gonna sound pretty good. So yeah. Another thing I want to move on here too, we have the BET Awards for last weekend. We got a couple of results I wanted to get your thoughts on. Best Male R&B and Pop Artist, The Weeknd. Best Male Hip Hop Artist, Kendrick Lamar. Best Female Hip Hop Artist, Megan Thee Stallion. And Album of the Year, Best Group, and Video of the Year all went to Silk Sonic. What are your thoughts on these awards?
I think they got it perfect. I like all those choices. I don't think there's much argument for any of them against, besides maybe putting J. Cole as the Male Artist of the Year. So Male Hip Hop Artist of the Year. But
that'd be kind of crazy. I mean, that's
although
not that hot of a take, but I mean, Kendrick is killing it.
Yeah, I feel like J. Cole, he's been a little bit more active, features here and there, but we have gotten a lot from Kendrick. Killed it with his project, of course. So
yeah, I thought this is honestly one of the best award show results I've seen in a minute. I love the Silk Sonic inclusion on all that. Like, I would not necessarily have thought they would win everything there, but I mean, well deserved. Their project was crazy. They are the best group out right now. Unexpected group, but love seeing them together. And the Video of the Year, I mean, they're putting out some great visuals when that album dropped. So definitely deserving of everything they've received so far.
Definitely. I think we're both excited for Bruno and Anderson .Paak to run it back.
They got to. I mean, they definitely got some more in the stash. So hopefully we don't got to wait too long to hear a little bit more from them. Last piece of news here. Victor Vaughn, Vaudeville Villain, enters the Billboard 200 for the first time ever, nearly 19 years after its release. This is pretty crazy to me. For those of you who don't know, Victor Vaughn, that's the MF Doom alter ego. He's got a couple, but Victor Vaughn, it's one of his more known ones. Pretty crazy. 19 years after its release, it finally cracks the top 200. Wild.
Crazy. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy because, MF Doom's been gone since 2020. And, I feel like this is not, I feel like if we're going to Mad Villain or Food as well, I feel like those are the more well-known ones. But it's crazy to see it crack the top 200 and very deserved. So,
yeah, I feel like I saw some people on Twitter saying maybe it's because it was a part of Record Store Day. I mean, that was a little bit back, so I don't know if that would be the reason why. Pretty wild either way. Like, I don't know how much you have to sell to crack the top 200, but to see it doing these numbers so many years later is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, even if it sold 10K records, or 10K units, like that's still 10K units, just kind of out of the blue. So
facts. Like, I'm sure right after his passing, his projects were going crazier than they've gone, even while he was alive, probably, just because, that might have been the first time a lot of people were hearing MF Doom's name, just because it was in the news. All these different artists are talking about his influence, his impact. So I could have definitely seen this happen then, but now it's just pretty random, but great to see.
Definitely. But I think that all wraps it up for this week. We don't have too much music to talk about, of course, because we aren't recording on a Friday or Saturday, but any closing thoughts from you here?
Yeah, apologize for being a shorter episode. We got a weekend ahead of us. I'm going with my family to Milwaukee to go to Summerfest. Kind of random. Hopefully I get to see Lupe Fiasco. He's performing Saturday. That's where we're going. Don't know if I'm gonna split up from my family or not, what the vibe's gonna be on that, but definitely want to see Lupe Fiasco, especially after the album we just got. Such a good album, and he's always got the hits in his catalog. I would love to hear, Superstar, Paris, Tokyo, Kick Push, all these different songs. He's got some hits. So hopefully I get to see Lupe, but if not, I think we're going to see Casey and the Sunshine Band. So, they got some good music as well. So whatever happens. Just going for a good time with the fam. So I think it'll be a good time. And then Sunday, like Elijah said, we're going to do stuff together. And it's the 4th of July. So want to make sure we got this episode recorded, got some content put out for you guys. So although it's a short episode, we did the Aux Battle, which you guys love. So hopefully it's a good one. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
Definitely. Thank you guys for listening as always. Please go vote in the Instagram story, share it, whatever you guys want to do with that. Good luck once again, Jonathan. May the best man win here.
Let's get it. Good luck. We'll see you guys next week.